So great to see you again. I know you're over on holidays in Ireland, and I just wanted to nab you for 10 minutes today to chat to you about the whole process of getting married. It's hard to believe it's actually 2 years, not quite to the day, but to the month since we had your wedding in Clontarf.
Still together?
Yeah, still together, yeah. Good sign, yeah, good sign. And the first thing I want to ask you is why you decided to come to Dublin to get married. You're living in Munich. Was it a no-brainer to come to Dublin, or did you have a think? Did you debate whether it would be Munich, Dublin, or how did that all work out?
Yeah, there was a little bit of a debate about it. And initially we were starting to look at getting married in or around Munich and looking at places and stuff to do it. And we kind of casually mentioned it over dinner when we got with Sebastian's family all together, and we said, yeah, so we're thinking of you there. And then they were like, what? You're not going to Ireland to get married? We were all looking forward to come to Ireland. So we kind of went, well, maybe we'll look into it. We hadn't really thought about it too much. And because I know all of the Irish family love coming over to Munich, any excuse. So I actually contacted you, I think, Gail, first of all, just to find out like what would be our options, and it sounded much less bureaucratic to get married in Ireland than it would
interesting,
be. Which was interesting enough, and of course.
Last not least, that you will be our celebrant. So.
Yeah, exactly. That was a big one. Like having it, keeping it in the family.
Keeping it in the family, which is sweet. Yeah.
But it was so useful for us.
So just, I suppose, to introduce this pair, Suzanne and Sebastian, it's a family affair. Suzanne is my lovely sister-in-law, my husband Ben's youngest sister, who has lived in Munich for many, how many years are you in Munich or Germany?
29 years.
Yeah. And her husband Sebastian, who's a native of Munich, and they live together in Munich now. I was privileged to be their celebrant back in August 2023 to legally marry them here in Dublin. And it was very sweet because 100 years before that, Suzanne was my bridesmaid when Ben and I were married. So it was so lovely to be able to do this for them. So you say that you thought it would be less bureaucratic getting married in Dublin. I'd love to hear how you found all that process. Did it live up to your expectations? Was it easy? What was it like dealing with the authorities on any things that you'd problems with? Just a little bit because this is really useful. I have so many couples. So many of my couples are in exactly the position that you're in or were in right now. They're living abroad, maybe one Irish, one non-Irish, maybe other levels of complexities, thrown in, and they're trying to organise this from abroad. So I think this is really useful for them to be able to sort of walk in your footsteps and find out what was good and what was not so good, and those challenges. So give it to us, warts and all, please.
It actually went really well, I have to say. Now, I was 100 years ago. I was married as well, and I'm a divorcee, and now happily married again. But that added a little bit of complexity to it. But I had a very, very helpful person assisting us at the HSE. Brian, his name was, and he really kind of guided us along and said, "Okay, so we're going to need a certificate of your divorce, which was in German. We need that translated, and send that along with all of the other required documents, such as birth certificates and any other documents. I think it was birth certificate. And that's actually the thing, because with your birth certificate, you had to get a long version.
We are not relatives. And,
for all that detailed information, and it had to be translated like officially into English.
By an official translator.
But we got that done quite quickly in Germany, and then we sent all the documents off to Dublin. And I loved that the HSE were really, especially this Brian chappie, was great at keeping in touch. He told me when the documents had arrived. He told me that he'd sent the official divorce certificate down to Roscommon. That's where they deal with it, I think. And he then informed me, a couple of weeks later, it's back. You're good to go. And then said, let's set up a date. And we got married in August, and we started that whole process like at the end of the previous year, so like in December 22.
Okay, so 8 or 9 months ahead.
Yeah, and that was really good because made us relax, and we could plan our holiday in April to come to the offices in Dublin and hand in our papers.
And that's when you had
when
your
we got
interview.
Yeah, exactly. Our interview.
And when you were, this is always really interesting to me. When you were dealing with Brian, that you say was so helpful, were you on the phone to? Did you ring him initially? Or did you ever talk to him?
I talked to him on the phone, and he told me what he needed, like in writing from me in an email as well. So you know, when we made a date on the phone basically for this.
And had you a direct email to him to send him the things? Yeah. So he was your sort of case person in the HSE.
Yeah, it was brilliant.
So you must have felt really well supported by that.
It was amazing. It was lovely, very friendly. It made me feel like I'm so glad I'm doing this in Ireland. Irish people are lovely. People are lovely too, obviously.
Sebastian knew that already.
No, but it felt very familiar and very friendly and easy. And even the interview when we went into the HSE was lovely as well. It wasn't Brian that did it that day. It was another girl. His name.
First of all, congratulations.
Congratulations on your decision. I'm delighted to be really lovely. Nice. It kept every time anyone said like that, it made us all excited thinking about August.
Sweet.
Yeah, it was lovely. So I can say without a hesitation that was easy and lovely. It was a great process.
Interesting that you say that you made that contact 8 to 9 months before, though, because I know that the legal part of it says you must give at least 3 months notice of your intent to marry. And I'm always advising couples
sooner rather than
don't wait till 3 months, because if you need extra documentation or translations or anything like that, suddenly the stress levels go through.
Yeah, because you invite people and then something.
Yeah, then you're thinking, will we have the documentation or not? So when you went in then that day for your interview,
got the green folder.
You got the green folder. That's always lovely.
Yeah, it was. That made us, I remember we came out of the office and we planned to go into the museum, the immigration museum, the Irish. And we had it in our hands, and I was like, I don't want to lose this, and like I was all excited, and it made it very real.
It's lovely. Yeah. Sometimes couples, when they come out after getting it, they might go and have a drink or something, or sit in the car.
A glass of champagne or something.
And they'll take a little selfie and they send. They're so excited.
Ready to rock.
We got the folder.
It was brilliant. I remember every little step we made gave us a little kick, and it was great. And the longer you leave that, then you're dragging out the joy and the anticipation of it all.
Yeah. And did you leave that in Ireland then? Did you leave it with some of the family?
Yeah, I didn't want to risk forgetting it, so we left it with my sister, and I made sure that she brought it then on the day. No, it was the process was brilliant.
Yeah, and just going on then, I suppose, to the planning process, the bit that we did together. Now, obviously, you're different from a lot of my couples in that I know you very well. Most of my couples I've actually never met until the day of the wedding. Although by the time we're finished the planning process, we just feel like we know each other. But we did all our planning meetings virtually online. So we had a couple of meetings online, lots of emails then back and forth, refinements to the script, etc. Trying to put yourself in the shoes of someone who maybe hadn't met me before.
Yeah.
How did you find that process of planning your wedding ceremony virtually rather than sitting down with someone? Or, the number, you had a lot of decisions to make about readings, music, things, ritual elements that you did. We'll talk about those in a moment. How did you find all that process of doing that virtually?
Do you want to say something?
So I really liked the process. So you really helped us, and then we got the first draft, and we went through, and so it was
some great ideas. I mean, we were a bit clueless, to be honest, and there's probably other couples out there that would be more kind of like researching stuff themselves. We're a bit lazy, maybe. Although we wanted it to be special, and especially for all of our German friends, because we wanted to give them a nice experience of an Irish wedding kind of feeling. And Gail, you had some amazing ideas, with the I've forgotten the name of it now. The
little quake where you took the drink at the end.
A lot of people afterwards saying to us, "Oh, that was so lovely, that tradition." They were thinking, they'd like to use it for other, ideas, renewal of vows or it that was lovely, and
Yeah.
you even provided that.
Yeah, that was my little
Yeah,
quick bit. Yeah,
lovely.
some couples get their own, but
Yeah.
most just you just use
Yeah.
mine.
Uh,
And it's funny because I was going to ask you what your favourite part of the ceremony was, and I remember that was a lovely, joyous moment when
Yeah.
you. Wait, was that your favourite part, or?
Yeah, it was definitely
Yeah.
a highlight. I remember it was just funny, and,
because also
Yeah,
family
bit of
was
fun.
involved.
everyone was
so my
involved.
brother was
exactly.
involved. And
Yeah,
the
exactly.
elder sister.
Yeah.
They brought the
They
drinks
brought
up.
the
Yeah.
drinks
Yeah.
So we had a
Gin and tonic.
gin and tonic. We had a tonic
From Munich.
from Munich and a gin
Dublin
from
gin, I
Ireland.
remember
Dublin
that.
gin.
Yeah.
And mixed them, and it was a nice bit of a refreshment. You know, when you're getting emotional, my mouth was dry, and my eyes were all water, my mouth was dry. And it was just fun. It was a fun part, and,
Yeah.
and actually that was one of the amazing things about the whole ceremony, that it was fun. And you, Gail, are just somebody who injects that right level of fun, but keeping a little bit of, you know, it's still a solemn enough moment,
and you have to be
and you can
serious
feel
for the legal bit.
gravitas of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I, not that I wasn't surprised, but I was actually, it made me kind of, oh, this is, you know, this is actually a big moment, and it had weight and meaning, and there was many tears shed and true laughter and emotion, and it was lovely.
Yeah.
And I actually couldn't have imagined it better. But getting back to the process, I mean, like I said, we're busy in our Munich lives. You know, Sebastian's a teacher and I'm working in sales in an IT company, and we're like busy enough. And you just gave us the right amount of little pushes to go, guys, don't forget you wanted to say, you know, and have you, you know, gently guiding us towards a completed document. And it was
I'm so
great.
glad you said that, because that's actually, it's one of the things. I'm always
Yeah.
treading a fine line,
Yeah, yeah.
and I'm always very aware that I do need to keep the
have to.
process
Yeah.
moving on. I do need to give those little nudges to get the couple across the line. And like we had with you, that, you know, we weren't finishing the script the night before or the week before. We had it
We had it.
agreed
Yeah.
plenty of time.
Excellent.
So this is why I do that.
We were so chilled,
Yeah.
actually, and that was, I would say, one of the things about the entire event from beginning to end was that we were able to relax and really enjoy it. We weren't stressed in any way, and we looked at each other and we said, so we've done all the planning we can possibly do.
Yeah.
No.
So now,
Go for it.
if anything goes wrong or everything isn't,
Yeah.
what the hell?
Yeah.
Nobody else will
Yeah.
recognise it, or nobody will see. We'll still be enjoying ourselves, and that's exactly what we did. We just let everything go and went with it. And then this reaction, I'm getting goosebumps again. When we walked in and we danced into Bob Marley's, Is it?
Yeah.
And
So
the
it
love.
was full of cheer and.
I'm God, I'm
full
getting
of
emotional
love.
talking about it now. The joy and the love. Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was.
Yeah.
It was lovely. I remember that moment when the two of you came in together,
Such
sort of danced up,
Yeah.
and then went and met. And that's a
Yeah.
lovely thing
Yeah.
to do as well. And I often recommend that to couples when they come up,
Yeah.
if they come in together, that they greet each other's family.
Fabulous. And that was great.
Because
Gail.
I have to say, very few couples dance in the way you
Yeah.
did. Most of them just walk in.
Yeah.
And if they walk in, I think dancing was lovely because
Yeah.
it diffused
Yeah.
your sort of energy
Yeah.
and it was an outlet for your adrenaline.
Yeah.
But for couples who walk in, they're quite nervous by the time they get to the top of
Yeah,
the
it's too
of the
solid.
hill. So if they then go and greet each other's
Yeah.
families, give them a little hug
Yeah.
or whatever, that tension just evaporates.
I'm so glad because you actually said that to us on the day. So don't forget to go because you'll be high like coming in. Go and be involved. And it was great because Sebastian's mom was there and she's in her 80s
Yeah.
and she's German and I'm not sure, but I think she really appreciated that I went over to her and gave her a big hug when we came in.
Yeah.
And then she was part of the party.
Yes.
So it was an
Yeah.
excellent tip.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
And just on that, I mean, I know that most of your German guests were fluent English speakers or very, very good English speakers. Not all of them.
Yeah.
How did they find being at a wedding how did your mom find it? Did you translate anything beforehand or anything for her?
Probably should have done that actually.
A little translation of the vows
A
or something?
A German, maybe a German
key
version of the
bits.
script, the key bits or something. You know what I mean?
So they were asking for the script afterwards. We have never.
We never done it. We're useless.
It's only 2 years.
But we should do that.
I'll send you a reminder
Thanks.
when you get
Even the part where you described our
How we
your
met.
story
so
and
that
yeah.
short story would be a
That
good
would be a
thing
good
to
thing to have.
translate probably.
We could
yes.
probably do that eventually when we send out the photographs as well. Sebastian, very into that. So we needed you afterwards, Gail, actually, to prompt us to do all that as well.
But this would be a
great idea.
thing to improve it a little bit to translate this part.
Yeah. Actually, what I must do, I'm just thinking, is I'll take out the script again, and I'll sort of take out all the, you know, the way I'd have written in all the choreography. You know, you sit down, you stand up, etc., etc.
Yeah.
Take all that out and tidy it up. The stories in,
Yes.
and I know you told me the 3 things that you love about each other.
Yeah.
That was a surprise that
that's
I
great,
read out.
yeah.
So you'll have those written down, and I'll send
that's
that
nice.
back to you then
Yeah,
in the
yeah.
next month or so, and you could share it and
Yeah.
maybe translate it for your mum.
That's
It'd
a
be
great
lovely.
idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
it'd
Great
be-
idea.
Did they? How did they find sort of hearing me and understanding my voice? Did they feel that I was, or did you get any feedback on that at all?
I mean, you do have
Yeah.
a lovely speaking voice,
Yeah,
and you spoke at a lovely tempo.
Yes.
So everybody said
Yeah.
you were well understood.
Yeah.
And
Good, yeah.
It was more the feedback that they were giving us back about talking about. Oh yeah, it was cool that I didn't know why you got married. Like, actually, I have a T-shirt on me with the symbol of Dublin with the pigeon house on it, and we were lucky enough to have our ceremony down in Clontarf Baths, but it was still a restaurant there. And one of the reasons I connect with that is because for me this is always a symbol of coming back home to Dublin, but also it's a lot of memories for me around Clontarf. And my parents got married in a church, St. John's, just down the road, and I could easily see it
We
from
saw it in the background.
from
Yeah, yes.
where our ceremony was.
Yeah.
And our friends came back and said, "Oh, and we were wondering why you like picked a swimming pool to get married. Like, you know, you both don't really swim." And like, so they understood all of that, Gail. You know, all of that. You just talked and explained the connections and why we were there, and I loved that. I thought it was really nice.
Yeah, to give it a sense of place.
Yeah, for sure.
Anything you would change, looking back, any aspects of anything of the ceremony, of the twin centered ceremony approach, or you know, the ceremony in one place, the reception in another place, anything you'd change?
I was wondering if we if we tried maybe to put too much in. I don't know. I mean the candle. What else did we do?
You lit the candles.
Lit the
Yeah,
candles,
so
we did
you
the
drinking from the
Yeah.
creek.
or the
Yeah.
quake, sorry.
Yeah,
the quake.
yeah.
And we did the ring warming. That was lovely.
Oh, you
Everybody
did the
enjoyed
ring
that.
warming as
Yes,
well.
yes,
Yes,
yeah.
I'd forgotten that you did
Yeah.
that.
went around.
Yes.
Yeah.
This was
Yeah.
I
No,
like
it
this
wasn't
one.
too much. I mean, from the length, did you get any feedback from anybody about the length?
Just from my mom, but she's always
sold.
complaining.
Did she think it was a bit long?
Yes.
Did she?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But everybody else
Probably her English isn't the best.
Yeah.
It was pretty
Yeah.
good, but now
Yeah.
But,
yeah.
it's,
Because usually you do get a sense. It's amazing in a room of guests during a wedding ceremony. If the ceremony you know has gone on a little bit too long, you just
people
get a
drifting.
sense.
okay.
Yeah.
Did you have that? No.
Not at all. No,
Oh.
no. You, as I say, it's that moment when they start getting thirsty when they want to.
It's like, let's go party. No,
But no, I certainly didn't in yours. But I could understand with
Yeah.
your mother, and especially if you're at anything and you don't understand
Yeah,
100% of what's
yeah,
going on.
yeah.
with
that's
it.
probably what we do. We already said it. Maybe having the
Translation.
to hand it to non-English speakers or even English speakers who are hard of hearing.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I think that would be a good element. It
Yeah.
wasn't that. It was just the best day of our
Yeah.
lives.
So yeah.
That's lovely to hear.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And it was. You did such a beautiful job on it. I mean, I can't say enough how
It was
special
it was lovely for me to do it and to do it with family. Of course, there's always extra pressure, you know, when
Yeah,
you come to
exactly.
your family.
Yeah, it's like,
But it was lovely, and they were all very kind to me afterwards. They all said lovely things after.
No, it really was. I mean, without a doubt, the best day ever.
Great, yeah.
Yeah.
And you got the green folder back then
Yes.
afterwards. That's my final question for you, because we need to return that within 30 days.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And then in
The registration in Munich
Got
was
it.
very easy then.
yeah, exactly. They gave us a certificate, and then we used that.
So you
to register our
registered it
marriage
as well in
in-
Munich.
Yes, we have to.
And that was
for
easy.
the tax reason.
Yeah, yeah.
It just went very fast.
Yeah.
It
Okay.
was perfect. Yeah. No, no.
Yeah,
we were
Yeah.
blessed with everything.
Yeah,
on
yeah,
the day.
that's
Really
great.
were. It's fantastic.
it's I say, I can't stress enough how helpful I think this is, on all the logistical sort of stuff,
Yeah.
for couples that are in the similar situation to yourselves, heading into this journey that you've said so much, all these things about getting things translated. You'd have thought.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
That's really
just
interesting.
plan lots of time, because it really means that you're not going to be stressed.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
I mean,
great.
and there's a bit of joy every time you hit a little milestone. It's like one step closer to the big day.
Great. So so thanks, and I think we might open a bottle of champagne to celebrate that anniversary. Happy days. And thanks very much to Gareth, our photographer, who is filming today for us. So thank you, Gareth. So great to talk with Suzanne and Sebastian just now about their wedding and look back on it. So if you'd like to get in touch with me to discuss the possibility of working with you for a wedding ceremony or any sort of ceremony, I'd love to hear from you. My email address is info@gailquinn-ceremonies.ie, or feel free to pick up the phone and ring me on 087 786 8606, and I'd love to hear from you.